Today is a big day.
Alright guys, this wasn't the plan, but it was something we had to do.
You know, that's it. Chapter's closed and I'm moving on with my life, and you know what? I feel good. All right guys, so we are back at the casita. We are working today. I got my roof up. I got everything plastic covered in the last video, and now we are working on flooring. Kristen wants a plastic underlayment to help with the bug protection. She seems to think if there's an underlayment on the floor, bugs will not be able to ever come in your house. So she says, let's do that. Let's put that in. So I'm going to put a nice underlayment in there for insulation and for bug control. And then as well as I'm going to do the hardwood planks on top. And that's what's going to give it the strength and draw everything together. So let's get it. We're burning daylight today. Let's see how much we can get done in the next hours. All right, we got a little underlayment subflooring in here. So it's a little thin, so I got to watch my back walking across it, but that's good. A little bit of trimming to do, a little bit of sealing to do with some tape, and then a little bit on the edges there that I have to fill in with these little pieces, but I should have plenty to do that. So it's nice. I think Kristen's right. This will probably keep the bugs out. And we'll keep moving forward. Tomorrow we should get the hard floor in. All right, so we're up first thing in the morning. Got my safety glasses on, so we're gonna start our flooring here. But as my life lessons, I am doomed to repeat carrying wood up those giant steps because I built my dad's original house in the flood zone. So I have to get all that wood flooring up here so that I can move it forward to the new place. Here we go. So far so good. I got about a third of it laid out. I can see now where everything's gonna fall. So I'm gonna hustle up. I got some errands to run today. Baby's got me a honey-do list. So I got some work to do on that. So I'm gonna hurry up, hustle up, get the rest of this laid out. Should only take me 20-30 minutes. And I think it's gonna go good. This is a little rough. Kristen said let's go for like a rustic look for this floor because she thinks it'll look good with some of the other accoutrements she's gonna add later. But in my opinion, this is probably a little more rustic than she would prefer. These boards were outside on the deck for 5-6 months, so they're a little rough, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna lay them in, lay them down, and then we'll come back later and see what she likes. I have a little bit on the edges to finish here, but I have to toenail in some framing because I'm gonna go inside of my big whatever those are called, joists, not joists, A-frames. There's a term for them. I just don't got it right now. But I have to go inside so that I can set the underlayment in there and then have something hard to put the boards to as well. So what I have to do is scab in some old framing, some pieces that I have left, just so I have something to hang on to. And we're gonna get that done. Shouldn't take too long, should be pretty straightforward. We're gonna knock that out, and then we get to get in with the wall framing. And that, you know, is where I start to realize that I just keep swimming further and further out of my depth. But I'm creative, I'll figure it out. All right, boys and girls, so what you're seeing here is carpentry. This is real carpentry right here. I'm having to cut around this piece, and I'm having to make it fit perfect with just a circular saw. That bad boy right there, and my bread knife. A lot of people won't tell you, carpenters, they like to keep their secrets guarded. I'll let you know. One thing every carpenter's got to have in his toolbox is a bread knife. I basically can just shave out that little part, and with this wet 1x running with the grain, this thing actually does a pretty good job chunking it out. 1/8 of an inch out. Just start this little bit right here. Let's see if she fits. She didn't. She needed a little more coaxing. There we go. Boy. 5th time's a charm. Looking good. Alright, so if any of y'all are wondering what's taking Matt so long to build this house, it's because I do it with a bread knife. That's why. They say only a bad carpenter blames his tools, so I figure if I use the wrong tools, I can't blame myself or the bread knife, and everyone can just have a good time.
Out here dancing like an acrobat, you got more to hide than a Siamese cat. Cold and labor chasing after you. They tell you what to wear and tell you what to do. Out there living by an old salt mine, you wonder all the way and wonder all the time. While you're waiting for the future.
So I'm back. I have finished all the cuts in for the flooring. It wasn't easy. There was a bunch of little wedges, bunch of little pieces, but it was relatively simple. Kristen said she wanted the rustic look using these old boards, so she didn't really mind any gaps. She didn't mind like old screw holes or knots or anything like that, so I didn't have to be as particular. She said, yeah, what's going to make this work is the rustic mixed. She's got a vision to make it look really nice. She's like, so the ugly floor will go with what's going to come in later. So that wasn't too crazy. I didn't have to beat myself over the head to get everything nice and pretty for her. Now today though, I am going to start on the framing. I'm going to start for the framing for the doors. I talked to a door maker here, got a good deal. They told me my doors are going to be 32 inches wide by 80 inches tall, and that's exacto with the frame. So that's going to be what I'm going to frame to. I'm going to frame so that I can put that in there. I'm going to give myself a 1/2 inch so that I can swing the door on the floor and put in like a little door. I don't know what that aluminum strip is that goes on the floor. I'm sure you guys know. So yeah, today, building in the walls, building in the frame for the loft, and should be pretty good. I got some weather rocking in here, but I can work inside here. I just got to keep my generator covered, so should work out pretty well. Let's get into it. She's looking good. Unless that level's broke, I'm liking it. She came in pretty tight, little chunky on that side, pretty butthole tight on this side, so that one looking good. I have the same measurements coming down, so all in all, I'm super happy with that. I'm gonna have another hurdle when I have to put the piece in to the top, but I'll deal with that when I get there. I got my boards cut for my beams for what's going to be the loft. It's just going to be a bed up there. I think 4 4x4s will cut it. Basically the way I figured that out was if I were going to put 4 4x4s under my bed, would I be worried that it was going to break down? I don't even think me with my theatrics could break a bed like that. So this is going to be plenty, but in order to strengthen it, I'm going to use 8-inch lag bolts. 7-inch lag bolts on the outsides going in, and then I'm going to use 4 screws going, horizontally through them. So it's going to be butted on each end and then have 8 screws total holding it in. I think it'll be super strong. I can't imagine how it would even begin to get away from there, but I also might drill it and do a dowel and glue as well, just to try to triple kill it. So before I put my beams up though, I have to drill my pilot holes for these, because these are going to go on the outside before I end up putting insulation and whatever. So I got to go from the outside there, and once I have them up, I won't be able to reach to drill that hole, and I don't know if my little drills will just drive this thing right in. I need to know where it's going. All 4 went up with the time lapse. I got 2 more bolts to put in. I know y'all are sick of looking at that time lapse, so y'all can come with me outside into my best creation that I ever made. I used to be in shape and stuff like that, so it's important to me when I'm working to keep fitness as a goal and to be intentional about fitness. So what I do is I come out here in under this plastic, and it turns into a hot sauna. And it keeps my heart rate good, and that's the fun part about doing jobs like this, is that it's this stuff that starts the joy, and it's the little things that you just got to cherish. So I come in here and then I rip doing lag bolts, and y'all let me know, have y'all ever driven a lag to start a fire? Because these things get like super hot, and I'm worried I'm gonna like burn the whole house down. So all my lag bolt geniuses out there, please let me know how that goes. Today is a big day. I am rehoming all my sweet baby goats. These goats, I birthed half of them here on this farm. I got to have that great experience, but unfortunately with birthing of my own child, I simply do not have any additional time, and goats need a lot of time, in my opinion. I know some people will disagree, but I like to hang out with them, take care of them, let them have a good time, and I can no longer do that. So I found a lovely family here that's going to take them off of our hands. I have to get them transported, and that'll be that. I'm gonna miss them for sure, but their life will get better, and unfortunately so will mine. Okay, we are in. Me and all the goat homies are on to our next adventure. Let's get them there. So me and all the buddies, we're doing great. Everybody's relaxed, everybody's chilling. Crash is back there in the back laying down. I don't know if you can see him, but he's chilling. I would have let him ride up here too, but I'm pretty sure he would have killed me with those horns. He can get a little buck wild, so I said, Crash, you gotta ride the back, boy. But he's doing good. He's doing real well, and everyone seems to be enjoying the ride to their new home. All right, so I'm back looking at my old empty goat pen. It's a bit of a melancholy moment, bittersweet. But you know what? I learned a lot. I think I was a good goat dad. I was the best goat dad I could be while I had time. But now that I'm a real dad, I got my own little goat to deal with, and you know, she needs all my attention. So it was a good life lesson. It was a good chapter. To every season, turn, and you know, that's it. Chapter's closed, and I'm moving on with my life. And you know what? I feel good. I think it was a positive move. So onward and upward. All right, so now that the goat's gone, I don't need this old ugly fence anymore, so I'm going to be taking that apart today. So Pops used a lot of these giant staples to nail these into the wood, and I can pull them out with these pliers. It takes a little bit too much time to do that, and I'm not saving this wire, so it's a lot easier just to cut, snip the old wire, and then bust it loose. That way it's a lot easier, a lot simpler, and much faster. All right, so I got that old ugly fence torn down. And now I'm gonna take my mower in and knock that grass down. I'm a little nervous because upon further investigation of taking this down, Dad left me some treats in here to try to break my lawnmower. I don't know what that stuff was for, so I'm a little nervous. I combed through and pulled out some ropes, some old bags and stuff, but I'm just gonna go real slow, go about it in a cautious manner, and hopefully nothing bad happens.
Alright guys, this wasn't the plan, but it was something we had to do. We had to get rid of our goats. We kind of gotten the goat unexpectedly. We didn't really plan to get the goat when we did get it.
We were just living that we got land, let's be Farmer Dan, and I saw it in that cage and I said, I can't leave that poor goat in that cage. I said, you know what, let's just do it. Wrong.
Goats are a lot harder than you would think. They take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they're wild.
And a male goat is practically worthless. He only does one thing, and that's his main MO. I should have got sheep. Sheep are a triple threat. They got meat, they make milk, and they do you know, grounds control, and you can get wolf, so they're a quadruple threat really if you gotta get crazy. But should have got a different animal. The goats were just completely insane, and with my new little goat, she's taking up all my time, so I had to get rid of her.
So we got that cleaned up. It's looking really good. We gotta just keep moving one step ahead of the other on this land. This has been, ever since we bought this land, it's been a big learning experience,
yes,
to say the least.
And I have learned, and now I'm kind of in a rewind mode. I'm taking my problems that I got myself away, and I'm feeling it though. The magic of the land is actually coming back. The goats are very vocal, and I'm like empathetic toward struggles, and I like to overfeed animals, and like, you know, you just can't go outside. You can't even crack the door. They'll hear you and go, well, 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 like they're being suffered and they're starving. So they were worrying on me emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So I had to tuck them away. But now I got my chickens and my ducks. Still have 1,000 cats. If anyone would like a cat, I'd love to rehome some of these awesome cats. I got a couple people that moved here that needed a couple mousers. I had a couple great cats for that, but these cats are amazing. I just can't use, you know, 10 cats when I have the baby. I don't really want to pet them too much outside because they're outside cats. I don't want to have to be washing my hands 1,000 times because I got the little Bambino. So if anyone would like a rescue cat that's fixed, up to date on its shots, let me know. Hit me in the comments.
So our baby's doing good. I've seen some questions about that. She's doing great, and Bear is also doing great living in the house. It's a bit tight for all of us, but we're getting through it. So hit subscribe if you guys are new here. Leave us a comment. Make sure you hit a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.